this weekend, Formula One is ready to race at high speed at Monza, which is known as the Temple of Speed that inherits legendary racing stories. The majority of teams showed a huge improvement last weekend, and we can expect they will bring that closer competition showed at Zandvoort to Monza as well. Historically, this Autodromo Nazionale Monza is considered one of the fastest circuits in the F1 calendar, and teams are regularly coming with new upgrades that suit the high-speed nature of the track. There's a lot of things to discuss before the race in Monza, and this is our pre-race review before the Italian GP. But before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more exciting updates. Autodromo Nazionale Monza was built in 1922 as the third purpose-built racetrack after Brooklands and Indianapolis, and it was constructed within 110 days. Since then, Monza is hosting the Italian Grand Prix, and it was lucky to become part of the inaugural Formula One Championship in 1950. The current F1 layout of Monza still possessed the daunting series of banked curves as well as much of the outfield section which were in the original layout of 1922. It has gone through modifications several times, and the modern Grand Prix circuit, which is in use since 2000, is 5.793 kilometers long, and it contains 11 turns which offer different challenges to Formula One drivers. The pit area of Monza is regarded as one of the most modern and most functional pits in the current motorsport world, offering the best facilities for racing. Formula One's fastest ever lap was set at Monza by Juan Pablo Montoya during the practice of the 2004 Italian Grand Prix. This track allows the drivers to remain more than 80% of the race on full throttle, and they normally hit their VMAX at 1.1 kilometers start-finish straight. We think these few evidences are enough to explain the high-speed nature of the track. Again, the championship leader Max Verstappen is a clear favourite to win the race at Monza, which suits the unbeatable pace of the RB19. With the sudden decline of Sergio Perez, Max is without any considerable threat at the top, and even at Zandvoort, he reclaimed the race lead that he lost at the end of the first lap again very easily from Perez with superb driving skills. Now he is a joint record holder for the longest winning streak in Formula One, alongside with another former Red Bull legend Sebastian Vettel. If he can win the Italian Grand Prix, he will become the first driver to record 10 consecutive victories in Formula One history. And on the other hand, Red Bull is currently maintaining the record for the longest winning streak in history as a team. However, we should never forget the curse at Monza. Since 2019, every race winner of the Italian GP has experienced early retirement in the following year's race. Leclerc, Gasly and Ricciardo became the victims of this curse, and last year's winner, Verstappen, is the latest one who is going to challenge this curse at Monza. The most interesting battle in this Formula One season is for the last two podium finishes, as different drivers and teams are emerging as the podium finishers after the decline of Perez and Alonso. After a long absence, both Perez and Alonso were back on the podium at the end of the Dutch GP, but Perez was demoted to P4 after handing over a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Gasly was lucky to claim a podium finish. After the summer break, we can observe a very close battle between teams like Mercedes, Aston Martin, Ferrari and McLaren. In addition, Alpine and Williams challengers also have the capability to add some surprises to the top 10. This is a really good thing for racing. If Red Bull loses their dominance at a certain point, it will surely create some interesting battles within the entire grid like in Formula 2. According to the news coming from Faenza, Italy, Ricciardo is still not in a good mood to handle a Formula One challenger, and he will be replaced again by Liam Lawson. Formula One fans were impressed by Lawson's performance at Zandvoort, and he was able to finish the race as P13 after starting as the last man on the starting grid. Now the AlphaTauri reserve has got one more chance to prove the worth of adding him to the AlphaTauri drivers lineup in future. Even though earlier weather predictions expected that the Dutch GP would be a dry race weekend, rain arrived on the circuit on the second day and started to test the wet driving skills of the drivers. Rain has become a trend of the 2023 Formula One calendar, as most of the Grand Prix weekends are considerably affected by the wet weather conditions. However, Italian authorities predict a considerably dry race weekend at Monza, despite the short showers that can be expected during the second practice session on Friday evening. There is a tendency to occur more short showers again on Saturday morning, but time will be enough to remove any moisture before the third practice. According to the current weather updates, there will be a 0% chance of rain on the race day. If the Italian GP is held under dry weather conditions as predicted earlier, this will become the first race weekend held without any rain since the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We have covered all the essential things that you need to know before the race on the weekend. So this is the end of our pre-race review about the 2023 Italian GP, and with the close battle between teams, we hope we can meet you again with an interesting race report. What do you think about the outcome of the Italian GP? Verstappen is the clear favourite to win this race, but can he end the curse of Monza? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to get more exciting Formula 1 news. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.